Scroll and Dagger presents Quest of Ruin. Episode 30. The Dark Climb.
Hello and welcome to Quest of Ruin, the post-apocalyptic fantasy role-playing podcast. I am your host and game master. So we have finally arrived here at the Harbinger's Tower, where lies the seed of creation, the Kered, or Sered if you're a dwarf. The thing that might undo the damage of the war and remake the world as it once was.
Exciting stuff.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. Like there's somewhere I need to be.
Where could you possibly need to be right now?
I don't know.
Can we get on with this?
Yeah, you said last week that there was some kind of enchantment on the door.
Yes, one that you'll be familiar with. A magic barrier.
Which we have no way of getting past.
Not really, no.
Well, this is your first obstacle. How do you want to handle it?
I don't see how we can handle it. You need a mage to dispel a magic barrier, and our mage's magic isn't working.
I mean, it is sometimes.
All right, so not reliably.
There is another way.
Like what?
Well, I can't tell you. You need to think.
Oh, great, that's helpful.
Well, I can't just tell you how to do it.
Well, you can't just give us a puzzle with no way of solving it either.
I didn't. That's not what I'm doing. Just
so
hang on.
much.
Let me...
So what I could
So
do is I
there's
could...
this thing
Okay,
that
right,
you
let's...
make it
How
work.
about...
You know, maybe there's
Begin
a
it
way to
until
make
maybe
it.
something happens? No.
Rethink
Okay,
everything that we've been
stop. We don't have time for this. I suppose... Yes, I think more direct action is needed here. You five just wait here. I mean, you don't have a choice, but I'll go and take care of this, and then we shall carry on. Right, that ought to be enough. Oh, right. Wake up.
What the hell did you...
It's not important right now.
Right. Yeah. It's not.
Shall we carry on?
Yes.
This was a work of great power.
Well, I could have told you that.
Oh, sorry. Just thinking out loud. I of course had studies of the Harbinger's magical power, but to see one of his works up close, to feel it, it is a little overwhelming.
Any thoughts on how we're going to get through it?
Not yet. In truth, even if my own magical power were working perfectly, I am not sure I would be able to break it. I struggled with that one at the Necromancer's Tower, and this is a much stronger shield.
Maybe we should ask Laethar about it.
Yes, he might know something. You know, I was skeptical when he offered to help me with my magic. But, for a non-mage, he seems quite knowledgeable on the subject.
It might not be all that surprising.
What do you mean?
How many elves have you met who had no magic at all?
Well, apart from Laethar, none.
Exactly. Even the least powerful among them have some small amount of the gift. Take Raynar, for example. He's no mage, but you could still light a candle or create symbols.
Agreed, but what does that have to
Do
do
you not think it's strange? All elves, through all of history, have had some affinity to magic, even the least of them. And yet Laethar, who was a lord of elves once upon a time, has no magic whatsoever.
I suppose. Well, I did not think about it.
There's something he's not telling us.
Well, perhaps. But that does not necessarily mean anything. Perhaps he is simply ashamed of it, or does not wish to talk of it.
Perhaps.
Besides, we have more important things to deal with at the moment.
Hey, you two. Got any thoughts yet?
Not yet.
It is a powerful barrier. I do not think a simple dispel would work.
I suppose this is when you suggest blowing a hole through the wall, little fella.
Are you mad? Them lighthouses are made of solid bedrock. I may like explosions, but I ain't an idiot.
How is Laethar doing?
He's thinking.
Brooding.
Thinking?
Yes. Over there.
He's just been sat there, staring at the tower, looking all angry.
Doesn't seem too out of character.
I will talk to him. We need to figure out how to get through the barrier, and perhaps that will take his mind off of whatever is bothering him.
All right. Good luck.
May I join you?
Oh, Ashlander. Yes, of course.
You seem troubled.
Well, of course I'm troubled. I'm sitting in the blasted wasteland that was once my home, in the shadow of the Tower of Fallen Light, within which is the Harbinger. How could I not be troubled?
Well, we do not know how we are getting through the barrier.
But we do need to.
I do not suppose you have any ideas on how to do that?
No, there are only a few ways through a barrier. The first is to dispel it.
No good. I was just saying to Aiolin, even if I had to do usage of my power, I think this would be beyond even me.
There is also killing the sorcerer who created it.
Equally as unlikely.
Which leaves possessing a keystone.
A keystone?
If a mage created a barrier but wanted someone to be able to pass through for whatever reason, they would give that person a keystone. A token that would be enchanted with spells of protection and passage specifically linked with the corresponding barrier.
Which we are unlikely to find around here.
Yes, quite. We shall...
My friend?
It can't be.
What is it?
It was a long time ago. Long before the war. There was this human, dressed very strangely. He gifted me with something, a small piece of lapis shot through with veins of silver. He told me that I must carry it always. He said that when it seemed there were no options, it would be the key.
And you think it was the keystone?
Well, I don't see any other options. Do you?
Do you still have it?
I do indeed.
Okay, but you know it might not be.
I know, Ashlander, but I am inclined to give it a go.
All right, Laethar. Let us go.
And you are certain this is going to work?
If that's the keystone to this barrier, which I am very sceptical of,
Understandably.
then yes, this will work.
The downside, however, is that when we cross the barrier, the Harbinger will know we are here, if he doesn't already.
Will we all be able to go through together?
Nope. A keystone only works if you're physically holding it in your hand.
So we shall have to pass it back to each other?
I guess so. Presuming this works, of course.
So who's going first?
Well, I ain't doing it. I don't trust that thing.
Yeah, I'm with Balink on this one.
Whoever goes through first should be capable of defending themselves from what might be waiting inside.
That probably rules me out then.
It should be me.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Maybe not. But it's my stone, and I'd probably have the best chance against anything that might be waiting.
Excuse me?
Oh, you know that's not what I meant.
Do I know?
Well, do you want to go first?
No, of course not.
Well then, wish me luck.
Laethar, wait!
Oh, well, that's good then. Looks like there's no one around. Stand back! I'm going to throw the stone back through. Where's Yaela?
The shadow stepped right after you entered the barrier.
What? Why? Yaela! You shade-stepped through the barrier?
Yes, I only just realised it would be possible.
Possible, yes, but seriously foolish.
Oh, will you give up the pretense? You never were a master mage, even when you had magic.
Shh, keep it down. The others could still hear. Anyway, I may not have been one of the enchanters, but I know that skimming the Fae through a wall of magic is incredibly dangerous.
I thought it might be better than trusting everything to your stone.
Really? You think you could have made that step bringing all of us along as well?
Maybe, if we went one at a time.
Well, fortunately, the stone works, and it's a lot less risky than shade-stepping through.
Fine. Fine, toss a stone out to them and let's get on with this.
Ugh, I didn't like that.
Well, do not worry, my friend. It is over now.
Still nothing. No guards or anything. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or bad.
Well, if that's the case, can we talk about something a minute?
What?
Oh, nothing major. Just, the fact that, 150 years ago, you were given the keystone to a magic barrier that hadn't even been conjured yet. I mean, I know we've had a fair amount of good fortune, all things considered, but this goes beyond unlikely. This is literally an impossibility.
Is this really the time?
Well, what do you want me to say? I know it's impossible, but here we are inside the tower.
But what did you think it was when you got it?
Well, I don't know. I was often given gifts when I visited Eladia, and humans and elves shared a love of gemstones. I didn't think much of it. For a long time, I just used it as a paperweight. And then the war happened, and I had a little more on my mind.
Does it really matter now?
Of course it matters. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's weird. Definitely weird. I don't like it.
Look, I think we can all agree it's strange, but none of us know how or why it's happened, and we're not in a position to find out right now, so talking about it is a waste of time. We need to focus on the matter at hand.
Agreed. We need to find the Kered and get out of here. I'm not sure why, but the Harbinger seems to be ignoring us. I doubt that will last once we take the seed.
There's probably a treasure room or something in here, where he's keeping all the good stuff.
Ah, good idea. Aiolin, where do you think it is likely to be?
Well, somewhere up there, I'd imagine.
Could you be a little more specific?
Well, no. There were never any books written on the architecture of the lighthouses. I have no idea how this place is laid out.
Gonna need to be careful about what doors we open then. Don't want to go up a bunch of floors, open a door and find ourselves back in the basement.
I don't think that will be a problem.
You do not?
No. Mage towers were built with magic, which is why arcane architecture can be so tricky. But the lighthouses were raised by the First Folk, and they had a power beyond magic. I think it should be fairly straightforward.
I suppose there's nothing for it but to climb and to investigate every room we come across then.
Let's get started.
Door 3987.
Number 5.
Same tactics again?
You and I in front, Balink center, you two behind.
Yes.
Yes.
On 3 then. 1, 2, 3.
There's no one here.
It is clear my way too.
And here, it's just... Oh,
What?
I think this may have been some kind of armoury. Look, Laethar. Isn't that the Narrowling Crest?
Yes, you're right. I suppose this must have been where the tower guard kept their equipment.
Is anyone else starting to get a little concerned that we haven't met anything yet?
You are not alone, my friend. I am uneasy too. Surely we should have been stopped by guards, or spells, or something of note.
Maybe everyone's on a break?
I think it's more likely they're all further up. Maybe watching over the seed and the... master.
Onwards and upwards once more then.
Hang on a minute.
Binks, stop that!
Look!
We don't have time for this, Binks.
Look at it!
It's just some old clothes. We have plenty of our own. Besides, look at the leather. It's fading away.
You ain't looking proper. Smack it! Go on,
Excuse me?
go on. Just try and cut it or something.
Then will you be quiet and come with us?
Yep.
Alright then.
See?
Wait, what?
I knew it. It's Anakel.
No.
Yes.
The hide of an anarch beast.
Yeah. It's meant to be tougher than steel. I heard you could run straight into a spear and come out laughing. But it's no heavier than regular leather.
This is incredible.
You want it?
Me?
Well, I can't wear it, can I? It'd fit 3 of me.
But, well, the others...
Laethar has his own fancy stuff. Aiolin wouldn't even get his head in there, and Vurieth don't seem to like wearing armour. I mean, offer it to them, but I bet they'll all agree with me. You should have it.
Come on then. Let's catch them up. You're all too kind, truly.
Nonsense, my friend.
We want you to have it.
We need as many advantages as we can get. I'm just glad you're finally wearing some proper armour at last. All those years in the war, and you insisted on nothing more than a tunic.
What, so I could be like you? Clanking around everywhere I go?
Excuse me, my armour is made of angluin. It does not clank.
Heads up! Another door! This must be it, right?
No, looks like a storage room.
No!
Up again?
Maybe we should have a look inside. I mean, we found an Anakel tunic. Who knows what else is lying around? And maybe the seed's in here.
I'm pretty sure the Harbinger would be keeping that with him. But you make a good point, so let's have a look.
I only hope this is all worth it. If we could use that seed, it could change everything.
Lives, countries, the whole world.
Just think of it.
What would you change first, if it works?
The Ashan Blades. They are a place of wonder and beauty. True, but the elders used to tell us of stories of how it once was. The golden desert of Lithmilin. If I could bring that back...
You'd go back to live there?
At once. I would bring all of you to visit too. Oh, the things we could see.
Like what?
Dazzling lakes, sparkling like jewels, scattered across the landscape of golden sands. The lost city of Minelith, raised again. The crystal tower, making rainbows of sunlight. Court-tail birds, alas, all extinct now, but with that seed.
What's a court-tail bird?
My Zahim claimed to have seen the last one. She said they were beautiful creatures. Each had plumage you could see for miles, rich in all the shades of the rainbow. When they flew, shadows were lit with colour, and they could run like the wind, spinning past like a rush of warm air. They stood no taller than you, little one.
Cool!
I would see the college restored, in all its splendour.
Yeah? Would you go study there again?
Definitely. It would be my greatest wish.
Yaela! What'll you do when the seed makes the world go back to good again?
Oh, well, I mean...
Fae stuff?
Yes, I suppose. There used to be more great forests, full of shadowy corners and hidden pools, places where the Fae could touch. They stretched for miles and both we and our creatures ran wild. It helped our world and this one feel more connected. I think I would try and bring that back.
So you'd stay here?
For a while, yes. Drink it all in, explore, show anybody who wished to see.
Can I come? I'd love to see the Fae properly, when it don't make your tummy go all funny.
If the Fae were to grow within this realm once more, would it be less, forgive me, my friend, would it be less uncomfortable for those of us without Fae blood to visit?
Yes, exactly. You could all visit with no discomfort. I would love to show you. The trees, the flowers, the glades in the wild.
We should go camping.
That sounds nice.
And a big fire pit, and we can toast things like splitzers and hearthog and marsh fluff.
If we were to visit via my homeland first, we could bring desert cacti to roast. It turns to a sort of a honey in your mouth.
Cool.
That sounds like a wonderful plan.
Then to the college after all the gallivanting. I could show you how it truly looks. All its turrets and lime breeze and stained glass windows.
What'll you do, Laethar?
What?
With the seed? When we can change the world? What'll you do?
Nothing.
Oh, come on.
Hush!
There must be something.
What about Narrelin? Surely you'd wish to see that raised again.
And who would live there? Those who survived the fall of the city fled to the sea line lands, and they would not return. It is a nice idea, but I'm afraid what I lost cannot be rebuilt. I only wish that...
Laethar!
What?
Look! Is that what I think it is?
I don't... Gods above and below.
What? It's a hammer.
That's not just any hammer. That's Ubreitha, the weapon of Galnor Greyhammer, the paladin of Malaskund.
The one you said killed all the Gorgons.
That would be the one.
You can't be serious. You're sure?
I saw him use it in the Battle of the Glansil Pass, back during the War of the Lamps. Trust me, I'd recognize that warhammer anywhere.
What is it doing here?
Harbinger took it as a trophy, maybe?
I doubt it. He was never that sentimental.
Laethar, what are you doing? Don't touch it.
You think I'm going to pass up this chance? One of the most famous weapons in all of Tor. I'd be mad not to... What?
Whoa! How did you do that?
I didn't. I didn't mean to...
I guess it's not a hammer anymore.
You do prefer swords. This must be a good thing.
What do you mean?
Well, like you were saying to Yaela, we need as many advantages as we can get.
That's true. And if Obraither's as great as you say, well, like you said, you'd be mad not to.
I suppose.
Oh, look! There's something else here.
What is it?
Some kind of amulet. Weird looking. Got a blue pearl set in silver.
What?
Probably worth a fair bit.
Let me see that.
Hey, that's mine!
Hush, Binks. Is that...
Yes, but if it's here...
Then that could only mean...
Feel free to fill us in any time.
Come on.
Wait, what?
Like that!
He's right, come on!
So I guess we're just forgetting about stuff.
Apparently so. Will you two slow down?
Here we are. This must be the throne room.
I do not feel ready for this.
If you like, I could drop my oubliette, and you could hide in that till your spells start working.
Thank you, my friend.
Aiolin, can you break down the door?
What? I mean, probably. But are you sure?
Aiolin, quickly!
Alright.
It's empty.
No. No, 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 no.
Laethar, we're both looking at it. There is nobody here. It's his amulet. You know what that means.
Yep. Definitely no one home.
But I always thought the Harbinger was here, that he commanded his horde from this tower.
I thought so too. We all did. But well, clearly no one's lived here for years.
That's a good thing, isn't it? Means we can take the seed without a problem.
I believe it's safe to say if the seed was ever here, the Harbinger took it when he left.
No. No, it must be here. He left that hammer behind. Maybe he was unable to take things with him.
Where are you going?
To search everywhere. I am not ready to give up yet.
Yeah, me too.
We'll all go. Are you coming?
Why? To search for something we won't find?
It might still...
No, it won't, Yaela. You said it. He'll have taken it. Taken it wherever he's gone. They just don't want to see it because their minds are full of yellow sands and rebuilt memories. He's gone, Yaela. He's gone. It's over. It's over.
Bit of a letdown, if I'm honest.
Yeah, kind of anticlimactic.
So, what? Has the Harbinger just vanished? Is he dead? What's the deal?
I have to go.
That was weird.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God, I had a date.
Why didn't you say anything?
Oh, I must have forgot. Oh, she's gonna kill me for this.
Right, well, it looks like our GM has gone, so I guess we're calling it there.
So, who's this lass?
None of your business.
Oh, come on. At least tell me your name.
Nope. Not happening.
You alright?
Yeah, it's just that keystone thing.
What about it?
It wasn't in my inventory when we started.
Huh?
Well, look, okay. You see right there in my inventory where it says Dannengwath keystone. That wasn't there when we started today. And I haven't had anything like that since we began the whole campaign.
You sure?
Well, that's not my handwriting, so I'm pretty sure.
Maybe the GM put it in there for you.
Not sure when he'd have done that.
What do you think happened at the end there?
No clue. I thought he was setting up this big final boss fight.
Yeah, me too, but...
What?
I mean, did you see his face? He looked surprised.
Surprised?
Yeah, and kind of angry.
You're crazy. Why would he be surprised? He wrote the campaign.
I guess.
He'll probably explain it later. Shall we head off?
Yeah, alright. Can you stop the recording?
Oh yeah, sure.
Quest of Ruin will return.
Series 1 of Quest of Ruin featured Gareth Cadogan as the Game Master and Laethar Monrunn, Ciel Barrie as Rosie and Balink Fangsnor, Gina Moriarty was Gina and Aiolin Helfoot, Leah Tomkinson was Yaela Tangleweave, Américo Congo played Vurieth Quensin, and McHugh was Matt and Aiolin Skullfumpa. Also featured was Steve Howell as Abner Gearturner, Claire Dempsey as Mrs. Hilfoot, Alan de Hogue as Mr. Hilfoot and the Echo, Jack Slinger as Gellibrand, and Marielle Lovecraft as Galebrian. Ewan Monroe was King Iswald, Abigail Kingston was Tasha, Kat Davies was a Fallersby villager, Evangelos Anastasatos played Caro and Emilio the butler, and Neptune YS was the dying villager. Sophie Dobo played Ina and Fiona Fangsnor, Sabina Marr was Dagmar, Timo Vink was Halfnor, and Issa Stegerhaus was Norling. Akash Sivakumar played Gansel, and Angie Barrett-Chalk was Doliniel. Bill Darby was Istaband and Mr. Fangsnor. Alex Milmore was the travelling beggar. Elliot Brown played Mrs. Fangsnor, with Andrew Russell as Karsu Fangsnor and Samantha Alexine as M. Fangsnor. Jeffrey Cadogan was Aiolin Sonrai, and Catherine Cadogan was Arma Skullfumpa. Momo O'Brien played Venser the Goblin Bandit. Jason McAuliffe was the Sakaran Guard, and Sophie Morgan was the Sakaran Merchant. Kia Alp played Lady Bolivar. Emanuela Morandotti was the menacing Sakaran, and Parola Congo played Kahina the Ashlander Merchant. Additional roles were played by members of the cast. Quest of Ruin is a podcast distributed by Scroll and Dagger and licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. It was written by Gareth Cadogan and Ciel Barrie. It was produced by Gina Moriarty and directed by Gareth Cadogan. Original music was produced by Evangelos Anastasatos, with artwork by Issa Stegerhaus. To view show notes and ways to support us, visit scrollanddagger.com and rate us wherever you find your podcasts. Thank you for listening.